There is a lot of pain coming this week, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I am seeing on the charts. But before I get into that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below, and let's get straight into it. So there is a lot of pain coming this week, 2 weeks max. That's my personal belief. Feel free to do your own DD, but I think we're going to see a major drop in the market. All right. Reason number one is that everyone is expecting this 420 level on SPY. Everyone. All right. Everyone is saying 420, 420. And one thing I've learned about the market is when everyone is saying one thing, you may want to do the opposite. All right. Now, if it hits 420, that's fine. Best case scenario, we hit maybe 425, 430 max. All right. But I think people are going to see maybe 420, and then people start shorting there, but then we continue to go higher, and then those same bears that decide to get puts at 420 end up being bullish again, and then they get trapped. All right. That can be a move, or we don't see 420 at all. Maybe the market just teases its way up there all the way to maybe 418, and then we see a major drop. All right. So if we're looking at the SPY right now, we see a rising wedge. All right. We are kind of at the bottom of this rising wedge, and right now it doesn't look too strong. However, we did have a lot of buyers come in. If we're looking at the value at the bottom, we had a lot of buyers come in towards the end of Friday, but we weren't able to hold above 415.60. all right, 415.70, so we weren't able to hold above there, and it looked like it wanted to get there, and then it dropped. All right. If we're looking at Friday, we saw Tesla have a huge drop. All right. Big drop, about a $40 drop. And I even called this in the Discord, and I said Tesla is looking to drop. And as you can see, I drew it out. There was more drawings here, but I ended up accidentally deleting them, but you get the idea. All right. What I was expecting on Tesla was, first, I called the drop at 900. I said, hey, it's going to drop at 900, and then we may see a retest of 900, and then it dropped further. That never happened. All right, we never got that. Okay, we never got the retest of 900, and then, but we did get a retest of 880. Okay, so retests don't always happen. Okay, or happen the way you want. I have no problem admitting I'm wrong there. But we did see some type of retest, and Tesla continued to drop. One level we want to look out for is the 850. If we drop below 850, I think we're going to pretty much plummet. Okay. Another thing is, even though Tesla dropped, we didn't see anything else really drop as far as the SPY and the QQQ, the Nasdaq, whatever. All right. And we didn't see really any other major drops within the tech sector. If we look at the QQQ, nothing really happened. All right. It stayed up. Despite Tesla dropping, the QQQ still stayed up. And QQQ, if we're paying attention, it looks exactly the same as the SPY. All right. So what's that telling me is that one thing we want to look out for is when the QQQ drops. That normally indicates before the SPY drop. Okay. So Tesla dropped. The QQQ didn't drop. The SPY didn't drop along with it. What does that all mean? So one thing we want to pay attention to is Apple. Apple held its ground, and I think this is one of the reasons why we did not see a drop across the tech. Apple and Microsoft, they both stood their ground. All right, they never dropped, they just stayed up. Okay, so despite Tesla dropping, which I think is a clear indication that we are going to see a drop soon, I think Tesla warned us, Apple stayed up, Microsoft stayed up. All right, and I think once these two stocks, major stocks, drop, that's when we start seeing the Nasdaq drop, and that's when the SPY will follow. Okay, one level we want to look out for on Apple is 167. If we break past 167, meaning if we break past 167, we want to switch to our 5-minute chart. I go over this every single time because people think that when I say just break out, you just jump into a trade automatically. Once we break out of 167, then there's more upside there. Okay, but not until we break out of 167. Okay, if you're a bull. But as far as I'm concerned, I think we're not going to see that happen. Okay, I could be wrong, but I don't believe we're going to see that happen. I don't believe this is a true bullish move here. Okay, we saw all these buyers step in, but I don't believe that to be true. Okay, I think we're going to see a drop. I think Tesla is warning us and saying, hey, this is coming. And I think we're going to see that. One thing we got to keep in mind is that CPI data is Wednesday. One thing we could be doing tomorrow and Tuesday is that we see bad CPI reports get priced in, and the market continues to drop from there. Okay, so let's talk about price targets, right? Let's talk about price targets. So if we do see a drop, meaning one thing I want to look out for on the QQQ is that we see big sellers step in. Once those sellers come in, we can see it happen maybe pre-market. That's when I am bearish on the QQQ, and my target is 305. I know that's a big target, but I think the pain is going to be big this week. Okay, I think it's going to hurt this week. Max 2 weeks once again. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't know heading into tomorrow. One thing I do know is futures market is red right now, but heading into tomorrow, we could see a little bit more upside. I wouldn't be looking into calls tomorrow. That's heading into CPI. I just would not be looking into calls. That's just me. If you see something different, if you did your own DD, feel free to do your own thing, but I would not be looking into calls. Everything about this just does not seem right. Okay, and again, I will say it again. I think Tesla was warning us. Okay, I think Tesla was warning us. I think Apple and Microsoft will move next. And then once those two move, we start seeing the downside. All right. So let's talk about Microsoft real quick. 285 is a major level of resistance on Microsoft. Okay. 285 is the level we want to be looking out for. If we break past 285, we can see more upside. I said in a previous video that we have an inverse head and shoulders. I believe this has already played out to the upside, but we do have a bull flag. Okay, we do have a bull flag on Microsoft, and it's pretty big. I don't think we're going to break out of this. Okay, if we do, if we break past 285, I have 290 as my first target. That seems pretty obvious. And then 300. Okay, would I be going further than 300? No, I just don't trust this week. Okay, I just don't trust what's going to happen this week as far as the market. So overall, let's just do a quick recap. All right, let's do a quick recap. One thing we want to be looking out for. We want to be looking out for the Apple drop. We want to be looking out for Microsoft to drop. And one major level on Apple is that 160 level. Friday, if you paid attention, we held it very well. If the market drops, I have a price target on Apple of 140. Long. Okay, if you want long, I'm not saying it's going to happen this week. I know I keep talking about this week, but I'm not saying these price targets are going to happen all in 1 week. But if CPI comes in bad, or if we start pricing in CPI already, maybe heading into tomorrow, I would start looking towards puts. Okay, I definitely would start looking towards puts. So 160, we held 160 pretty well on Apple. I think that's the level to look out for as far as a further breakdown, and my long price target on that will be 140. Okay. Microsoft. Same thing with Microsoft, right? Microsoft held 280 very well Friday. That's the level I'm going to be looking for on Microsoft. I don't necessarily have a price target on Microsoft simply because I don't really trade Microsoft, but I imagine, and it's right here, I imagined we see that 250 gap filled. Okay, I think we're going to see that if the market, if the pain is how I think it is, I think we're going to see that. So those are the levels to look out for: 285 to the upside, and then 280 to the downside. Once those start dropping, if they start dropping, okay, I don't want to be like a complete bear, but if those start dropping, be prepared for the QQQ to drop. I think that's obvious. Be prepared for the QQQ, the Nasdaq to drop, and my price target on that is 305 to the downside. All right. If we break above 325 on the QQQ, I think we have a little more upside. I won't say it's going to be a lot, but I think we can see 330. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to be looking as far as the QQQ. Nasdaq, we're still staying above 13K. I've talked about this in other videos, and I constantly said 13K is the level to look out for, and we have been on the money with that. If the Nasdaq breaks below 13K, I'm telling you now, just be prepared to load up on puts. All right, that's my thoughts on it. Again, do your own DD. All right, and as far as the SPY goes, you want to be looking at Apple, you want to be looking at Microsoft, you even want to be looking at Tesla, and you want to look at the QQQ, and those will tell you what's going to happen next on the SPY. If the SPY drops, if we start pricing in bad CPI, or if we just get bad news, like really bad news in general, I have a price target of 390 on the SPY. I don't think I need to talk about the upside, but 420 is what you want to be looking for on the SPY. Not a 420 break, but more so a 416. I would say a 416 break. All right, 416 break, and then you want to be watching this wedge. You want to be watching what happens at the top of this wedge. You want to see if we start rejecting it, and you want to see how much volume and selling pressure comes in at the top of this wedge. I personally think it's going to come in very strong. All right, if we do hit the top of this wedge, but at max, if we break past 420, 425. I'm not looking past 430. I just don't see it happening. I don't see a reason for past 430 to happen right now. We are still sitting on tons of bad news in the market. We got China, we got Nancy Pelosi, we got all this crazy stuff. We got recession, inflation, all this stuff. I just don't see a reason to move any higher, and as usual, that can change. Okay, that can always change. There can be some type of news, maybe CPI is amazing and we continue to go higher. But that is my thoughts on the market this week. I personally will not be looking for calls. I will be looking for puts. So take out of that what you need. All right, and before I go, guys, make sure you check out the link in the description below if you want stock signals, if you want trading signals. We do crypto, we do stocks, we do it all. Very small community, and I will look forward to you guys joining. Check it out, see if you like it. You're more than welcome to check out the other links at the bottom as well. All right, but that is all I have. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys make some money this week, and until next time, guys, see you in the next video. Peace.